Testing. What is up, everybody? Or nobody yet. We are live. We are officially live. We need to check to make sure the chat is functional. Let's give it a tester. Yo, yo, yo. The chat is not functional. Hunter, what is good, boy? What is good, my guy? How you doing? Fazul. I don't know. I'm not feeling it, dude. I'm benching downs. I can't do it. I just can't do it. He's just too, we don't know what his workload's going to look like, man. As soon as we know the workload, we can start him. But at the moment, it's like they were in negative game script. So that might be why he was able to produce. I don't think they're going to be in negative game script again. How are you guys doing, man? How are you guys feeling about this slate of games we got upcoming? Let's have a look. I know, Matt, dude. Isn't it just such a good time of year? The excitement to see how your team does, how your fantasy players do. Catching the games, dude, throwing up, getting the hookah set up, having a beer or two or five. It's nothing better, man. I live in Germany, bro, so we got 7 p.m. games. They go up till like 1 a.m. And then you have the 3 a.m. games. So I usually miss the 3 a.m. games, and I usually watch them the next morning. Like I'll watch the full games. Yeah, dude, so many quarterback injuries. Packers, Browns, we have a backup. Do we have a backup? No backup in that game. Yeah, in Jigba, I saw a report that said he's probably going to play. What's up, Cameron? Welcome, bro. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. I know I started hella early, but I figured, you know what? Let's get it up and running, man. Let's see if we can get up and running, get out of here by 6:30, so everybody has some time to go make a coffee, take a shit, watch Cam Akers hate videos. You got to do what you got to do on a Sunday morning. Where are you guys? Are you guys East Coast, West Coast? Like, what's the makeup of this little community we got going? Because I was West Coast when I was in the States, so it was 10 a.m. games for me. So I'd basically wake up. Sorry. Basically wake up, make a coffee, take a dump, fire up Red Zone. Well, that's two birds with one stone, right? Or multiple stones. I don't know how your poops are looking. East Coast, Florida. Oh, nice. Yeah. Feels a little bit nicer East Coast. 1 p.m., right? 1 p.m. is the earliest games. 10 a.m. it makes it tough to do any type of like pre-gaming, any tailgating. Central Canada, damn. Okay. I have an uncle that lives in Ontario. London, Ontario. Pretty nice, man. Canada's like socialist USA if that interests that interests you. All right, man. Let's talk some football, dude. Let's have a look at some of these games. Another Florida, East Coast North. I'm not too familiar with the geography of Florida. I have a buddy who moved from San Diego. Well, he's from San Diego. I went to college with him in LA, and then he moved to like Tampa Bay area. I'm pretty sure that's southern Florida, right? I might live in Europe, but I'm still an American when it comes to geography, so I don't know shit. All right, dude. Let's look at the Twitter waves. Yeah, the 10 a.m. is just not. It's not great. Joe Burrow reported to come back mid-December. That's what, week 15, 16 playoffs. Tampa's Northwest Florida. There you go. The ignorance at play, dude, in the flesh. Hell yeah, Jackson. What's up, dude? Welcome. Ask your questions, man. Let's go. Fire it up. Yeah, I get that. So the further south you go, the more north the culture, as in they're a lot more liberal down south, right? Like the more north you go, the more Georgia they get, right? I believe Georgia's on top of Florida. Fire up the questions, Jackson. No need to listen to us ramble about the geography of Florida. McCarthy returns in week 7 expectation. Curious what you guys think about the McCarthy benching. Do you guys think it's a real injury? I've been hearing rumblings. Mason, Chase Brown, Henderson, Dobbins need 2 today. All right, just at a glance, dude, I feel like you can't sit Mason. We've been hearing whispers of a workhorse role. I know the matchup is really good. I mean, the Bengals defense is atrocious, bro. I think you might have to lock in Mason, and then I don't like Dobbins' matchup this week, man. The Chargers, I believe they're playing, right? Yeah. Chargers have, I think, the number 1 rush defense through 2 weeks. So I'd go Mason, Chase Brown. Hunter's saying Dobbins. Listen, Dobbins has looked great, man. Dobbins has looked absolutely great through 2 weeks. I feel like he's been one of the nicer surprises if you drafted him. Yeah, I mean, Dobbins is going to get the workload, right? So you could go Dobbins against Chargers, divisional game. They could be high scoring. I don't think the Chargers' rush defense is as good as it has been on paper. I feel like it's been a lot better on paper. They played against the Chiefs, who they haven't had a run game since like 93, right? Since like Jamal Charles, since Kareem Hunt roundhouse kick to his girlfriend's chest. Honestly, bro, I feel like Mason is the sure one, in my opinion. I know Hunter is saying Chase B and Dobbins. I'd go Mason and then flip a coin between Chase B and Dobbins, because Chase B has a pretty brutal matchup against the Vikings. B-Mag's in the motherfucking house. What's up, dog? Welcome, bro. Caught the stream, man. I just randomly decided to fire it up early, man. I said, why not, dude? Let's get it fired up at 5. Or not 5 p.m. for me. Maybe end at 6:30. Get you guys out of here. Johnston or Krosky flex. Okay. Let's have a look, man. Quentin Johnson is kind of tough to sit, especially against man defense, bro. They're going to be playing against a heavy man. The Broncos play one of the highest man defenses in the NFL. And Quentin Johnson has, through 2 weeks, 20 fantasy points against man coverage. Keenan Allen has about 20 fantasy points against zone. I wanted to fucking tell you guys, bro, real quick for anybody in here. 2 dudes that I would consider sitting in all of your leagues, man. I want to share with you guys a little tiny bit of info. Jacoby Myers, man, I was doing some research today in the morning. The Commanders play the 3rd highest rate of man coverage at 40%. Jacoby Myers' stats against man coverage in the first 2 weeks: 2 for 33. So 2 receptions, 33 yards. His stats versus zone, 12 for 132. So he's an absolute zone beater, Jacoby Myers. So they're going up against the Commanders this week. It's going to be heavy man, one of the highest in the NFL. You should consider sitting Jacoby Myers this week if you have him. Keenan Allen is the second one, bro. The Broncos play man the second highest rate, 48% in the NFL. His stats against man, 2 for 19 on the season. Keenan, old man Keenan, dude, he kills zone defense. That's always been kind of his bread and butter as a receiver. And the Broncos are going to be playing heavy man coverage. And Keenan's stats against zone, 10 for 110. So you're right, Fazul. He was getting burned last week. That is true, but I guess you're making a bet, right? Like zone coverage versus man coverage, it's just like a little tiny data point that helps us be like, all right, which wide receiver is good against which coverage? Because keep in mind, bro, 48% is the second highest that the Broncos play. That's still 52% zone. So that doesn't mean Keenan's not going to do anything. It just means, like, you know, there's maybe going to be slightly less routes that he's out there for, or a little bit less production. Just if you're trying to do some tiebreakers, you know what I'm saying? B-Mags, you threw a sit start. Let me have a look at it. I'll pull that shit up. Dude, I still can't figure out this damn chat. I don't know how to get this chat to work so that you guys can actually see it. Let me try something here. Oh shit. Oh shit, we're in business. All right. You probably can't even see the fucking chat, huh? This layout just isn't working. I'm sorry, guys. This is fucking super amateur. This is amateur hour. Maybe that helps. Fazul, dude. Fazul. You're now famous. Big game for Trey Tucker. Hopkins, that's right, Hunter. I had him on one of my videos. Fucking, who are they playing? The Ravens? Lions, right? Yeah, Lions play a lot of man as well. Hopkins has like a 99 PFF rating against man. Shit's insane. All right, B-Mags, let me get you a question real quick. My bad. Who should I start? B-Mags, where'd you throw that in the Discord? Was that in the redraft chat? Who should I start? Keep flex as is or make a change. Oh, I see it. Hold up. I have an idea. All right. What are we looking at here? Darnell Mooney and Wicks at your damn. You're really going in on the Wicks start, huh? You're feeling the spice this week. And then you got Downs and Fannin. Is that all you have, B-Mags? Oh, okay. I see the full. Hold up, dude. Amateur hours in full display at the moment. All right, there we go. Just to let you guys know, I'm capturing a window, not my whole screen. So that's why I can't just open the image, dude. This is straight up amateur hour. All right. Mooney and Wicks, and then you got Downs, Fannin, Golden. Holy shit, bro. We have like the same exact team. Um, I like Mooney against Carolina, whose defense is kind of butt cheeks. Yeah. You know what, man? As much as I love the Wicks star as like a YOLO star in a deep league, I'm starting Golden, bro. Let me just show you my squad right now. I'm going Golden at my last flex. I was debating between Golden, Franklin, Downs, Booty. I'm going Golden, and I'm just hoping that the rest of my team carries me, man. I have Chase, Nakua, Odunze. Like last week, those dudes all combined for like 90 points for me. So I'm hoping that they just hold down the fort, and I don't want to miss out on this Golden explosion. I feel like it's going to come. I would start Golden personally if I was you. He just has the highest upside. I don't know. I don't know who you're playing against. Like I don't know if you're a fat underdog, but I don't want to miss out on Golden. I know Wicks or yeah, Don't Tame Me Wicks has some upside as like a man beater, but can you imagine if this Packers team through 3 weeks doesn't get their first round pick involved? I feel like that would be some straight up. I don't know. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine them justifying that in that post game. Bill or Cujo, Quinshawn Judkins or Bill. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The Raiders' defense hasn't been horrible. With Mariota at the helm, are we certain, boys, that Mariota is going to be able to move this offense even against the Raiders? Are we certain about that? That's the question. Um, Cameron, what's going on here? Pearsall, Bill, or Cujo? Oh, Cujo as in Quentin Johnson. My bad. I thought you meant Quinshawn Judkins. That'd be Cujo, right? Um, let's have a look, bro. So here's the thing, man. My bad. Here's the thing, bro. The Broncos play a lot of man, almost more than anyone else in the NFL, and they do have a dude who's a straight lock up corner, right? I know he got I know he got slapped around last week, but at the end of the day, he still is a lockdown corner in Sertan. But Quentin Johnson is a man beater. Like he does beat man, and he's performed really well against man. And I don't think Sertan's going to be on Quentin. I think they're going to throw Sertan on Keenan, but we just don't know, right? I know we can look at the wide receiver coverage, the shadow report. Let's look at the wide receiver cornerback matchup report. Sometimes they have like a pretty clear shadow. Brian Thomas probably going to get shadowed by Stingley. Quentin's probably going to get shadowed by Pat Surtain. So, yeah, bro. If he's going to be getting shadowed by Pat Surtain, the question is, they're just going to go away from him. They're just going to go away from him. I know he's the dude who beats man, but don't start Quentin this game, man. Yeah, Fizul's right, too. Like, with starting Golden, B-Max, I'm just hoping that the fucking roulette wheel, like, lands on my guy, you know? That's the play. You're just hoping that the roulette wheel lands on Golden. I'm all about vibes, bro. I'm all about pre-game vibes, post-game vibes. There was a video. Maybe I should pull that shit up. It was Jordan Love talking about how he was missing Matthew Golden. Jordan Love, Matthew Golden. Fuck it, dude. I'll just summarize it for you guys. He was saying, like, bro, I missed him on some plays. He's such a great player. I need to hit those plays. I'm going to be looking at the tape. He's been getting open. I think he says he's been getting open. So that's why I'm going with Golden. Like, I'm just vibes, man. Vibes. It's all about the vibes. And that's why I'm going with Golden. Um, okay, that makes sense. Emeka or Bill. That's a good one. Like I said with Bill, I have concerns about the offense. I do. Mariota is someone who he can look good in relief, right? If he has to come in as relief every now and then, but Mariota from, you know, quarter one, 15 minutes to go, is he going to be able to move this offense? And is Bill going to have the offense himself? Or are they going to have Chris Rodriguez involved? Is Jeremy McNichols going to be still getting all the third downs? That's where I'm kind of leaning away from Bill. But Emeka has the potentially snap. They're potentially going to be monitoring his snaps and kind of throttle how many snaps he's going to be playing. So that's a tough one, dude. That's a good question, Cam. Fuck. I think I would go with Emeka, and he's heating up, bro. He's heating up. He's shooting for fire right now. It's about to be balls back. If he gets another touchdown, I'm playing against him too. So, Pickens, Judkins, or Swift PPR. What's up, AJ? Welcome, bro. Let's have a look, man. Pickens. That is going to be a game you probably want to get pieces of, man. We got the Bears and Dallas. Where is that shit? We have a 50.5 over under. I feel like Pickens is probably the play. Yeah, AJ, just go with Pickens, man. Swift, at any given moment, dude, Swift can get benched. Like, he's so inefficient as a runner. He's getting a lot of volume at the moment, but I feel like you got to go with Pickens here. That's just my opinion. Mooney, Hunter, Boutte, Pittman, or Henderson. How many do you have? Do you only have to start one out of all these players? Because goddamn, bro, an embarrassment of riches. Judkins, Swift, Mooney, Hunter. When you say Hunter, you mean Hunter Henry, right? Yeah, bro, you got to go with Pickens. Like Pittman and potentially a positive game script. Not too sure I love that. Is Pittman going to be getting shadowed? Probably not. Yeah, go with Pickens, bro. That's going to be a high over-under. You want pieces of that. Like, I'm trying to start everybody. Like, if you have DJ Moore, start him. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Thank you, bro. Would I start Pitts over Sutton in a tight end premium? That's a good question. I'll be honest with you, Ro. I think this is going to be a Drake London week. A four-man league. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, shit, in a four-man league, that's not the best squad, actually, now that I look at it. You got to pump those numbers up, AJ. Yeah, go with Pickens, AJ. Honestly, bro, I'd stick with Sutton. It's like a classic case of everybody writing him off now that Franklin got a lot of run last week. Classic case. And then Sutton's going to pop off this week. So I would stick with Sutton. He's probably good for a touchdown this week. Although we'll say Chargers secondary is not bad. Chargers secondary is not bad one bit. So the choice is yours, I suppose. Let's see. Where's Denver? Sutton. He's probably going to be seeing Dante Jackson or Cam Hart. Most likely Cam Hart. Stay with Sutton, bro. Fannin or Tootin, full point PPR flex. Shit. Bro, you know I love Fannin, but that Green Bay defense is legit. Now, Green Bay's defense does give up a lot of points to tight end. They're like second last in the NFL or something like that in giving up points to the tight end. So, although at a glance, we'd be like, let's start Fannin against this. If they have a weakness, Green Bay, it would be them against tight ends. But you're playing with fire there, bro, because there can be a chance that Flacco doesn't have time to throw. He's getting sacked. He's on his ass the whole game. And Tootin in a divisional game against the Texans, I fucking recommended somebody start Stroud this week. I forgot who it was, but this is a game that could turn out to be a shootout, man. I feel like this could be a coming out party for Tootin. Go with Tootin, man. Just go with the safer play, especially because it's full PPR. He'll get you a couple catches. How many targets did he get last game? I know his quarterback rating when being targeted was insane. He only had 2 targets, but for 32. Yeah, Texans are leaky up front. They do have a pretty solid defense usually, but I think this is going to be a shootout. Or it's going to be the ugliest game. It's going to be like 9-6. And we're all going to hate our lives. But I'd go with Tootin, Cam. I just don't want to play anyone against Green Bay. He says as he starts Judkins and Fannin. I wish I had another choice, if I'm honest, man. I wish I had another choice. It's either Judkins or I throw in Caleb Johnson, who's going to be a healthy scratch. All right, man. Let's look at some news, man. Let's make sure we're not missing any big. Juwan Jennings not going to play. Make sure you guys take him out of your lineups. Oh, please vote the tush push out, please. That's true. Danielle Hunter is pretty much every team's defense everywhere he goes. Danielle Hunter is one of the best defensive players, man. Ever since his Vikings days, he was so good. Lee Getty is out? Is Lee Getty not playing? Is this true? Elder just dropped a dossier, dude, in the Discord. Wow, Lee Getty is out. Fire up your Hunter Renfro. I'm hoping that I get a Caleb Johnson inactive marked out, throw him in my IR, and pick up Jalen Coker. I'm hoping for the dream. I don't think anybody owns any Leaguette, Cam. Even Leaguette doesn't have himself in any of his leagues. Or he might be. He might be the 1% ownership. It's Leaguette in all of his own leagues. What's up, Don? The motherfucking Don in the house. MHJ or Ridley full PPR, and another one, Harvey or Hampton full PPR. Yikes. I wouldn't say it's quite a yikes. I mean, you're going Hampton 100% in the full PPR. At least Hampton's going to get a 50% split, right? Harvey's going to be getting crumbs, dude. He's going to be getting whatever crumbs fall off the adult table. MHJ or Ridley? I'm going MHJ, man. This is a game where they're going to be going against a heavy zone coverage. MHJ is absolute butt cheeks against man coverage. Luckily, who are they playing again? I forgot exactly. The 49ers play a shit ton of zone. And that is the only time that MHJ eats. It's when it's heavy zone. So start MHJ there, man. Bro, I'll go over there and break Caleb Johnson's knees, man. Find him in the parking lot. What's up, money? I have you in my $10 fantasy league. Just steel chair to the knee. Bro, I swear, man, you see people on Twitter raging about fantasy football, and then it's like a $5 best ball league. It's like, you gave me the wrong advice. It's like in a free like work league where the receptionist is like number 1 in the league. Bro, I have a question for you guys. Back when I was back when I was a youngin, you watch Red Zone after the morning games. In that little 1 hour break, you got to hit the Chipotle or Chick-fil-A. So, what is your guys' food of choice during that break, man? Or do you guys grill? Do you guys grill? Like, what's the play, man? I'm trying to get some inspiration. I'm making Mexican food. Hell yeah, Don. Happy to help, bro. Good luck today, man. Hopefully your opponent's other players. Hopefully your opponent's players all get fucking, I don't know, salmonella. Craft or Fannin this week? What's up, Dehane? Dehane? Is it is it Dehane or Dehane? Um, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I would probably start Fannin there. It's just you're trying to mitigate risk, right? Like you want a guy that's going to at least be out there the whole time. If Kraft gets any type of aggravation of that injury, he could just be out there as kind of a decoy on limited snaps. Let's try to help Dehane out. Have we gotten any more reports about how much he's going to play? Both active. I mean, listen, man. I mean, you know, you don't love a midweek injury, but they're saying he's active. He's cleared to play. We don't know what that means, man. Dane, Dane with the silent H. Bro, honestly, I feel like you can't go wrong with that one. Like, if you go with Kraft, you know, I don't know if he's going to have the yards after catch. Maybe he's going to be a little bit more eager to go down after catching. While Fannin is not too dissimilar, right? He's not really going to bust off fat runs. Maybe you just go with Kraft because they're going to be the winning team. They're going to probably score more points as well. So you go Kraft because they're probably going to both have similar workloads, even with a hobbled Kraft. Just go with the guy that just scored 20 fucking 3 fantasy points. So just go with Kraft there, man. Dane with silent H. Pearsall should eat. Is Purdy playing? Purdy is not going to be playing from what I saw. Let's have a look. Yeah, so Hot Asians. Nope, that's not Brock Purdy info. Although, should we stay for the Hot Asians, guys? One in the chat if we stay for the Hot Asians. I think my wife is in the other room. She can probably hear me. I don't think Purdy's going to play, bro. Yeah, he's out. Purdy's out. Cameron with the late one. The the stream delay. The late one for me. Kraft and Fannin also. I've just decided on Kraft. Yeah, Don. I mean, it's the safer play. Also, I fuck with Shake Shack, man. I feel like Shake Shack is probably the best burger. It it's just expensive, man. So I come from the West Coast, man. We had In and Out, and In and Out is definitely not on the same quality level. It's not on the same tier as Shake Shack, but it's just so trusty, bro. In and Out is the 2 a.m. text to the chick that you know is going to respond. You know, Cameron, dude, Cameron coming in hot. How many leagues are you in, Cam? Judkins or Emeka? Fizul, you're right, dude. This is business, man. We can't. We must not. We must stay strong, brothers. We must not allow the hot Asians to stray us from our goals. Judkins or Emeka? I think I already answered this, Cam. Mr. Cameron. Mr. Anderson. I'd go Emeka, dude. I don't want to see that Green Bay defense, man. Like, Judkins, I think I still have him ranked in like my top 30, but he's at the back end of that top 30. He ain't 20. He ain't 20, even 25 maybe. You're hoping he gets some receiving work. You're hoping he maybe falls into the end zone on like a pass interference in the end zone. Or he fucking takes his dick out, man, and he goes for 20 points and he has a pop-off game and he's the number one rookie running back rest of the season, right? I had I have, when I stare deep into the flames, man, when I look into any flame in the last week, I'd see like visions of Quinshon Judkins 20 points. Don't ask me why, man. It's the Lord of Light has spoken to me or some shit. Oh, you're right. You're right, dude. I did answer Quentin. Yeah, I'd still go with Egbuka there, man. He's heating up. He's heating up. If he gets another touchdown in this game, we riot. Emeka Egbuka is one of those players where it's like, before the season, he was getting hyped by every single fantasy analyst, bro. All of them. And it actually panned out. It actually like happened, right? All the hype actually happened. It's only week 2, but Cameron, you know I fuck with Butte, butt cheeks, but it's the worst when you have a player who's super involved one week and then his involvement drops the next week. You know that there's the coverage, right? So in week 1, heavy man. Week 2, heavy zone. He performed better against man. Or no, the other way around. My bad. Heavy zone. He had the 9 catches or whatever. So maybe it's a coverage thing. This week, he's going up against zone yet again. So maybe he starts cooking again. Dane, I actually do have some parlays cooked up, but with the silent H. But honestly, man, they're not probably parlays that I would advertise to you guys, because I have these like superstitious parlays where I'll put a bunch of parlays on my actual fantasy matchup. So I have parlays on my opponent's players, a couple on mine as well. But I do have a couple of, like, if you want some spice, let me have a quick look, man. I think I made an actual parlay that's not gypsy black magic, like trying to curse my opponent's team. Hold up. All right, bro. So I got Kenneth. So I got anytime touchdown parlays, Dane. That's what I usually go with at the moment. I got Kenneth Walker, Trevion Henderson, Matthew Golden, Trey McBride. Anytime touchdown, or all of them. It's about a 45-1, 40 or $1 wins 45 on my app. Do you know Data by Faro? No. What is that? Data by Faro. Is this about to be Asian porn? Because I'm here for it. I was kidding. Spatial data captured by Faro's 3D laser scanners. What is this Palantir business you present to the chat? Explain, Dane with the silent H. Fizul, dude, Fizul, no matter how many times you try to make Kavonte Turpin happen, stop trying to make fetch happen. Data by Faro on TikTok. Is he a is he a sports bet? Sports tips? Or is this you? Are you doing some shameless plugging, bro? You plugging your own TikTok? I'm just fucking around. Um, is this guy legit? I mean, shit, bro. I made it as a YouTuber. If people are plugging their own TikToks, right? Mama, we made it. No, but Dane, I don't know this dude. I don't know him, but he's got a cap on. He's got glasses. I feel like I trust him. I feel like I trust him. The scruffy beard, dude. Scruffy beard, sports cap, glasses. That's a guy I want to take sports tips from. I'm just saying. Parlay to prop bet of Wentz and Browning both getting an interception. I mean, Don, does that bet even pay? That must be like 100 wins a dollar, because there's no way that that's not going to happen. I mean, the dude does have views, man. 250K views. Bro, Dane, I think Dane just bestowed us with like ancient Chinese secrets, man. This guy might be the sharp. I'll look into him though, Dane. Thanks for that, man. I'm always looking, man, because dude, I love making little $1 parlays, like fat, like 8-leg parlays. I'm a fan. I'll look into him. Let's see. We got some new news. Lee get out. JSN active. Emeka Egbuka active. Jamal Agnew inactive. I think AJ Terrell is also out. Right? This might be a Ted Iroa McMillan game, if I'm honest. Anything else, man? Pretty, I guess we kind of already got most of the actives, right? $17 to win 75. Yeah. An AI model, he only got 3 games wrong all season. Damn. If that's true, then you definitely did hit us with the ancient Chinese secrets, bro.
I just got offered by Pro Football Focus to bring them my models. The
No way.
problem is, Pro Football Focus, as great as it is and as much as I recommend it, it's got a paywall.
He's basically saying he got offered, PFF or asked him if he would sell them his model. If that's true, damn, he might be goated. Wentz or Daniel Jones for fun. I don't want to start Wentz, man. I really don't. Even against the Bengals, like I just don't. But you got to start Daniel Jones there, Cam. Daniel Jones has been on an absolute heater. Daniel Jones turned into Peyton Manning. He just had to leave the New York Giants. And they're playing the Titans. Yeah, you got to go Daniel Jones there. Cam. The Cam, man. Yeah, the 8-leg $1 parlays. How often do they hit, man? Bro, I have a real life homie. He made like a egregious, bro, diabolical, like 13-leg soccer parlay. Like he's super into European soccer. And he fucking hit it, dude. He hit it. He won like $2,500, and this is a dude who's like literally a postman. Like $2,500 changed this man's life. Homie hit the strip club that night, lost it all. Cam, I mean, you're doing it right, right? Diversify the investments. Start D Jones in one league, Wentz in the other. I mean, I'm the type of fantasy player, bro, where I get like conviction. I do like deep research about players. I get conviction and I draft them everywhere, right? So like, I have Odunze in every league, right? He was my guy. I have him in almost every league that I'm in, and it's looking good so far, you know. But I don't think that's the right way to play fantasy. I feel like I just hate, bro. I hate when I'm in a matchup with players in one league and then I'm playing against them in another league. It's just like I want to have conviction on players and then just ride them and see if my research doesn't pan out that year, then I don't win that year, right? That's just how I like to do it. Like, it's probably not the right way to play though, man. Yeah, the problem is definitely the Giants. I was in a heated debate with one of my buddies the other night about that. I want to know what you guys think about this. Actually, I'm going to ask you guys. I'm going to present the debate. He was shitting on Caleb Williams. He's like, bro, he's going to get benched. The organization's going to move on from him this year. They're going to probably lose again this week. And I was like, bro, there's no way they're going to move on from Caleb Williams. Like, he has not been the reason that they're not winning. Right? I mean, if you're going to give up 51 points to the Lions, how can the fan base be asking for blood, right? Asking for Caleb Williams to be benched. He's been fine, right? He's like in my opinion, a generational talent. Like, I know he makes a lot of dumb mistakes, but that's stuff that can be ironed out. I don't know. I just don't see them benching him. And he was like, bro, bad organizations just do that shit. Like, you can't trust a bad organization like the Bears, like the Giants, like the Jets. You just can't trust them to make the right football decision. Like, they yield to the masses. If the fan base wants them to move on, they'll move on. I don't know. I just disagree. I feel like Caleb Williams is not the reason that the team can't like succeed at the moment. I don't know. Their defense is trash. Their run D is trash. Their O line is trash. Yeah, Dane. I mean, they could. It's obviously possible, right? I mean, the Giants moved on from Daniel Jones, Justin Fields. They moved on from him. Like, it's definitely possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just feel like Daniel Jones. Like, what was the ceiling of Daniel Jones? What was his actual ceiling as a quarterback? A pretty decent pocket passer with a little bit of legs. Like, he can. I mean, the one time I saw him actually put his legs to work, he like falls by himself when he was on like a 70-yard rush touchdown. I don't know, man. I just feel like Caleb Williams has that it factor, right? Like, I'm a USC fan, so I watched him in college, and it's like you see him climb the pocket, escape the pocket, throw an absolute dart to the back of the end zone, and it's like, all right, that is something that you can't buy that, right? It's like having an ass for a chick. Pause. You just can't buy that. You can't purchase the ass. I guess you can nowadays. You guys get what I'm trying to say. I don't know. It's definitely possible. Ice Cold OG, my bad, man. We got caught up in this talking about Brazilian butt lifts. Browning, Russell Wilson, or Matt Jones? Holy shit, dude. Is this a 32-man league? Browning against the Vikings. Russell Wilson also not in. Oh, man, you can't do Russell Wilson against the Chiefs. Mac Jones. Damn, dude. Mac Jones against the Cardinals. Holy shit. I think I'd go Mac Jones. Mac Jones, it's a pretty decent over-under. They are favorites in this game. He looked pretty good. It seems any quarterback that goes to a Shanahan offense remembers how to play QB, or they learn how to play QB. I'd go with Jones. You can probably flip a coin. It's just Browning has the better weapons, and he showed that he can be capable, but he also threw 3 picks last game. So Mac Jones did not throw a pick last game, if I remember. If I recall correctly. Yeah, no picks, man. Three tugs. Great QBR. 21 fantasy points. He's not going to do much for you on the ground, unfortunately, so there's not a lot of insulation there. But neither is Browning, right? I would go with Mac Jones, just in a game they're going to be winning. Nice over-under, divisional game. I'd go with Mac. I know Browning has the weapons. He's got Chase and Higgins, but I don't know if I love going against the Vikings. What up, D-Money? Welcome, brother. JD5's out. Mariota or Geno? I don't want to start Mariota either, bro. Oh, man. I'd honestly start Geno. It's just that Mariota has such a range of outcomes, right? He can be either great and move the offense, or he can be Mariota. While Geno, they wrote him off, bro, and he didn't write back. I know he didn't look very good, and he has a lot of moments where he looks bad, but I'd go with Geno in a game where we see here that they're underdogs, the Raiders, but only 2.5-point underdogs. So if they're playing from behind, we assume Geno's going to be slinging it potentially. I'd go with Geno, man. It's just a little bit safer. I know Mariota has a little bit of upside as a runner, but does he actually? Like, let's look at his game logs. I think he started a game. 11 for 34. That's not horrible. He threw 2 touchdowns. I mean, damn, fuck me, right? 556 and a touchdown when he started in week 18. D Money, I think got a Sammy Darnold. Let's against the who are they playing again? Seattle Saints. Damn, bro, you got some tough options. Stafford, no, you can't do Stafford against the Eagles, man. Go with Geno, bro. I would say flip a coin, man. Geno and Mariota, they're both playing against each other. The over-under is not great. They're only 2.5-point favorites. Are they playing against each other? Yeah, they are, right? 2.5-point favorites, whatever, over-under. Geno's a little bit more trusted. What's his ceiling, man? What has Geno done in his... What did he do for Seattle? Let's see if he had any, like, huge games. I mean, fuck, dude. His ceiling is 26 points, while Mariota got 26 points on accident. Mariota got 26 points last year on accident, bro. 55% of snaps. And he got 26. Go with Mariota, man. I'm sorry to fucking flip-flop on you there. Just go with Mariota. Safer or better ceiling, and they're projected to win, so maybe a safer floor. I don't know, dude. That's a tough one, though. Daniel Moreno, ¿qué pasó? Welcome, bro. I don't know if you're still here, man, but let's get Daniel some help here. Egbuka, Garrett Wilson, Quinton, or Troy Franklin. Pick one. You got to go Garrett Wilson there, man. You got to go with Garrett Wilson, brother, if you're still here. Who are the Jets playing? They're playing the Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks are a pass funnel. So the Bucks can't really be run on, but they can definitely be passed on. So you're going to go with Garrett Wilson there. Quentin Johnson has Surtain coverage. Troy Franklin, we need to see it maybe one more week till we can start starting him. Ekbuka, potential snap limitations. Go with Garrett. Tyrod Taylor's going to hone in on Garrett, I think. JCM or Q. Hold on. Guy I'm against drafted Burrow and McCarthy, so now he's playing Burrow, Browning, and Mariota. Damn, dude, down horrendous. JCM or Q. Daniel. I don't know what you're asking, Daniel. Bill or Quentin? Is that fucking Wes Knight in the motherfucking house? Welcome, man. Welcome, brother. Yeah, I think it's just going to be 1 week absence though for JD5. I think he'll be back next week. I feel like the Commanders are smart with JD5. Last year as well, he had the rib injury, and they're like, let's hold him out, let's be safe. And look what he did, man. Rest of the season when he came back, he was great. Daniel Moreno, another one. You got JCMQ Johnson or Javonte Williams. You can't not start Javonte Williams at this point, bro. Especially in that 50-point over-under. We got Cowboys, Bears, 50.5 point over-under. Oh, if he means Jamison Williams. Non-PPR. Damn. I mean, non-PPR kind of changes things, right? Because you're looking for touchdowns. You're looking for yards and touchdowns. And Quentin Johnson is going to be getting the Pat Surtain treatment. If it's Javonte Williams, you're playing Javonte. If it's Jameson, I think you're playing Jameson as well. Mr. Moreno. We got some questions in the Discord. Sorry, guys. I need to throw... Genty and Travion. I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter talking about rookies and how bad they've been. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's brutal. Genty is the only one that you feel real good about. Obviously, like they said, they're going to get him a lot more work, but all the other rookies, man. Like, I have Caleb Johnson in a league, and it's like, what do you do? What do you do, man? Do you drop him? Do you drop him and then he goes for, somebody else picks him up and then in week 9 he becomes the starter? I don't know, dude. I just don't know what to do with him. Jatavian Sanders versus Atlanta or Brenton Strange versus Houston. All right, so Jatavian Sanders, man. Atlanta is like number 1 against tight ends through 2 weeks. They've only given up like 2 fantasy points to tight ends through 2 weeks. That could be game script, but Jatavian Sanders got himself 4 end zone targets last game. So it's like, fuck. He's going to be getting end zone targets. Looks like they want to get him involved. Xavier Legette is also not going to be playing. Jatavian Sanders could be a sneaky good starter in any other matchup, bro. But against the Falcons, they don't have AJ Terrell, so maybe their secondary is a little weaker now. Brenton Strange, I don't know. He just hasn't been very involved, right? Yeah, Caleb Eat Shit Johnson, exactly, man. Like, Brenton Strange is out there running routes. 90% snap share, 3 for 17. Like, they're going to want to get Brian Thomas involved. They're going to try to get Travis Hunter involved this game. Squeaky wheel gets the grease type of situation here. So I don't want to start Brenton Strange, man. It's just it's right now. Things are not going well for the Jags. So I'd stay away from Strange. I'd go with Jatavian, man. It's kind of a lose lose, but at least he's getting end zone targets. So hope that helps, Wes. I don't know. It's I just don't want to start Strange in a game where they're going to be incentivized to getting their other guys going, right? They're going to be wanting to get Brian Thomas going. Do I think JCM is a sit going against the Raiders' run defense? I talked about this a little earlier, Daniel. I just like JCM. He's been great whenever he's gotten volume. Now coming out of this like this long week where they played like last Thursday, maybe they shake things up. They're like, all right, Eckler's down. Let's get JCM involved. Let's make him the workhorse. But we have no evidence of this coaching staff ever making a dude a workhorse. And because of that, it's going to be Chris Rodriguez. It's going to be fucking Jeremy McNichols on third downs. It'll be JCM on early downs, but maybe sharing with Rodriguez. So, yeah, and that Raiders run D isn't bad. I think I'd probably try not to play JCM if I have better options, but like the Raiders run defense, I don't think is as good as people say or think, but I don't know. Yeah, Fizul's right, man. The rookie's got to defrost, man. They got to learn the playbook. Pass blocking is usually a big problem. Like I made a video before the season, sometime in the off season, where I said, I think it was like my running backs to avoid video, and Caleb Johnson was one of them. I was like, bro, he can't pass block. There's been like multiple reports or multiple articles written about how the man can't pass block, and if you are not a good pass blocker, and you have a player like Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, he's not gonna allow you to be on the field, man. Like he will bench himself. Aaron Rodgers will like quit the team if Caleb plays. So that's the fucking tough part, man. Traded Jordan Mason and Devontae Smith for Tet and Ridley. I mean, I don't mind that trade too much, bro. I mean, do you feel good starting Devontae Smith ever? I personally don't. So I don't think that's the worst trade, man, if I'm honest. I mean, now in hindsight, Jordan he's a starter now, and he's probably going to absolutely eat this week. But it's not the worst trade, man. West Knight coming in with another sit start. We got Diggs versus Pitt or Troy Franklin at Chargers. I'm probably going to go with Diggs this one, man, because Pittsburgh plays quite a lot of man defense. They're not very good at it, but they play a lot of man. And Diggs and Booty are both pretty good against man. And they're just dead set on feeding him targets. So this could be kind of a Diggs game in this one. And Troy Franklin, he seems to be a great start this week. Just a little insight for you guys, man. The Chargers play a shit ton of cover 3. Last game, Troy Franklin was absolutely feasting against cover 3 specifically. This is like a deep cut. This is like deep nerd stats, but we could have a repeat of Troy Franklin repeating what he did last week with Sutton again being kind of the victim in this offense one more week. It could happen, but I feel like I want to see it one more week, bro. We've seen kind of the increase. He's heating up. How many times have we seen it in fantasy football where a dude is heating up? You're like, all right, time to start him. It's kind of like the Hunter Henry special. He heats up. He gets you like 10 points, and he gets 12 points. You put him in your lineup. He shits his pants, and then he gets you like 2 points. So thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for watching, bro. I go with Diggs, man. Seth in the house. Good morning, football friends. What's up, Seth Connor? Welcome, brother. Start 2, Quinshon, Scatabo, or JCM, all tough matchups. That is true. It is all tough matchups. We've been talking about Quinshon and JCM all morning. I think I would do the best I can to not start Scatabo this week. Not only is it a bad matchup, he's still splitting with Tracy. That is for sure. But JCM also, we don't really know what the workload's going to be. I'd go with Quinshon, man. Go with Quinshawn. I know the Packers defense is legit as fuck, but he's going to be a full-time starter. That's what all the the beat reporters are saying. Hell yeah, Wes. I'm drinking a it's like a German Newcastle. It's like a super dark, like creamy beer. It's quite strong. It's like an 8%. Shit's delicious, man. Hell yeah, dude. Football Sunday, man. Nothing better, dude. Is there a better feeling, Wes? I said this earlier to the chat. Is there a better feeling, man? You wake up on a Sunday morning, you make a coffee, you're like, you know what? I can fit the cows today, man. I'm putting some fucking hazelnut creamer in my coffee. Fire up Red Zone, dude. Shimmy over to the couch, throw on Red Zone. Maybe get some coals going. Get the hookah set up, smoke some hookah. Crack open a beer, watch some Red Zone. Watch your fantasy team just absolutely shit themselves. No one has a touchdown. Nobody's getting any catches or even targets, and it's the second quarter. And you look down at your beer and you say, you know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Doesn't that make you want to run through a wall? Bailey's, yes. Bailey's in the coffee. I mean, see that? Yeah, Papa's in. Dude, Bailey's in the coffee is... You're hitting two birds with one stone, right? You're getting the flavor, but you're also... you're moving the train along, I'll just say. You're moving the train along toward the station. That's right, dude. Downer to upper and upper to downer. You have to mellow out the coffee with a little bit of a downer. That's true for sure. Thank you, Boris. Welcome, brother. Yeah, Seth. I don't love it, man. I don't love the Terrence Ferguson, but I understand it. You want to move the rookie along slowly. You want to get him situated to the NFL. He has so much upside, bro. I love him as a talent, but how often do we see rookie tight ends be unproductive? It happens all the time, right? Like the breakout age for a tight end is what, like 26, 27? Tight ends have a super late breakout age. So I'm not too worried. I'm fucking burping like crazy. I'm so sorry, guys. Tracy and Egbuka for London. Mig D money. Tracy and Egbuka for London. If you are the one getting London, you make that trade. You shake the man's hand. You tell him he's a fool. And you run home. You run home to the bank. You tell your girlfriend. You tell your wife what happened. She has no fucking clue, dude. You try to explain to her, listen, babe, he had the better player. I had two dudes that sucked. And she's like, what? What are you even talking about? And you say, all right, fuck it, babe. And then you just enjoy the fact that you got Drake London, man. Half PPR Chargers. Sutton at Chargers or Pittman at Titans? Oh, tough one. Tough one. This is like the same player, right? Sutton and Pittman are essentially clones of each other, right? They're just like big-bodied possession man beat or zone beater wide receivers. Let's look at the over-unders, man. Let's try to get Ashelia some help. Ashelia, or Ashelia? Where's the emphasis on which syllable? Sutton at Chargers. Let's see the over-under there to help you out. Luckily, Sutton is not going to be seeing shadow coverage. While Pittman might be in a positive game script, they might be just running the fucking ball on the Titans the whole game. Go with Sutton. I think he's going to turn it around. I think people are starting to say Franklin's the wide receiver one. Sutton is old news. This feels like a game where Sutton shows up again. So I would go with Sutton on that one. Yeah, Mig. You straight fleeced that, man. I mean, Tracy might be unusable pretty soon. All right, man. We're going to wrap this thing up shortly, guys. We'll end it by looking at some last minute news just to make sure nothing slips through the cracks here. We kind of got a lot of things cleared up pretty early, like yesterday or early in the morning. So Egbuka's going to be active, but he's going to be on a limitation. AJ Terrell for the Falcons is out, so Tucker Kraft's going to be active. John Jennings will not play, as well as Purdy. They'll not be playing. I mean, you guys are probably following the news. Let me just quickly glance over and see. Did Caleb Johnson get ruled out? No. He did not. Yeah. Any other questions, man? Throw them out. Otherwise, good luck to everyone. Good. Hope you guys smash your matchups. Hope you guys kill. And I think that does it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this little. It's just a hang, man. Every Sunday, my goal is just to have a fun little hang with the boys. You know, make sure you guys join the Discord. I'll throw it here in the chat. I'll throw the Discord in the chat if anybody does want to join. We're talking ball, dude. It's a dope community. I just want to say, man, I fucking love our Discord community. That shit's so fun talking ball with you guys. We got a couple more questions. Cameron coming in with some late shot clock, dude. 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Ridley or Debo? Ridley against the Colts, who the Colts were good in weeks 1 and 2, or in the first week. They were like the top defense, but they kind of got carved up by Knicks. Debo going up against, I should have this stuff memorized, shouldn't I? Against the Raiders. Raiders play a pretty heavy zone. Go with Debo there, man. Go with Debo for sure. Yeah. All right, everyone. Join the Discord. Thank you guys for showing up, man. This shit's hella fun. I love it. Maybe we'll do some more live streams throughout the season. See if there's any like utility or any need for it. Booty or McLaurin. Go McLaurin, man. Stay with McLaurin. He's due. He's due. They even some of the coaching staff was talking about how they need to get more shots to McLaurin. They need to open up the offense a little bit more. So, yeah. Good luck, Boris. Nothing wrong with a little bit of ass eating. Lath coming in hot with the late 23 and a half seconds left. Shaheed, Renfro, Mooney. Let's help our boy Lath. That's actually my real life homie. So Lath is going to get some a little bit of help. Shaheed, Saints are going up against the Seahawks. You probably want to stay away from the Seahawks secondary, usually on the road as well. This is a game that I can imagine the Saints getting blown out, really struggling to move the ball. Renfro with no Leggett, also no AJ Terrell. Damn, where are we in life that we're starting Renfro? No AJ Terrell, Hunter Renfro. Does it feel good? Does it feel like a player you want to start in a game that they're going to be losing? So they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. I think you go Renfro, but then you're sad when Mooney has a deep, long bomb touchdown in the first quarter. But yeah, Renfro probably is going to get a little bit more volume. Ride at dawn, dude. Full regalia. Thank you again, everybody. Yeah, Boris is on. I think Boris is right, man. Go with Renfro. No league get. That's like that's the thing. All right, everyone. It was a pleasure, man. It was hella fun. I'll catch you guys on Monday for another video, and then next Sunday as well if you guys only catch the live streams. Peace.